So you could say, and you'd be accurate to say it, from where I am, I only have two choices, worse or better. Feeling a little worse, feeling a little better. But what sometimes you do, because you're so not liking where you are and so much wanting to be someplace else, you want to turn and put a motor on your boat and speed to where you want to be. And we say, then you don't understand the stream. You don't have to turn your boat around. Just stop paddling. Just drop the oars. The stream will turn you. You don't have to paddle downstream. Do you know every time you try to paddle downstream that instead you paddle upstream? Every single time you say, oh, this is hard, I need to give this something more, you turn upstream every single time. When you say, I'm sick and I want or need a healing, everyone that we've ever seen reaching for a healing turns and goes upstream because you're focused upon the illness that you're trying to overcome and you're trying to do what you're trying to do. So now you're paddling upstream. And so you're sick, which means you really want to be well. And the sicker you are or the longer you're sick, the weller you want to be. So the faster the stream goes. But the more you look at where you are, the more you turn upstream. So your sickness gets more and more and more acute because the more you're sick, the more you want to be well. The more you want to be well, the faster the stream goes. The faster the stream goes, the more you notice you're not where you want to be. The more you look upstream, the more this faster and faster and faster moving current moves against you who is not moving with the flow. The stream beats you up. You get really, 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 really sick. And you say, I don't understand what's happening. And we say, your own desire is pulling against your own resistance. There, we finally said it. You're doing it all. You created the speed of the stream and you are creating the resistance. You're doing every bit of it, you see. So when you understand that you are the creator of your own reality and that you were born with guidance that will help you close this gap. Close this gap. That's what it's all about. It's about letting me be me. And so we're going to put it in very poignant words. We want you to remember that nothing you want is upstream and that the only emotion that is ever necessary to reach for is the emotion of relief. And we want you to realize that when you are reaching for the emotion of relief, that you are always pointed downstream. And when you are pointed downstream, it is inevitable that what you want must be. The stream is sure. It's powerful. So when you get it, that the stream is flowing and that it's been flowing for a long time and that you are adding to the speed of the stream, and that you have actually become everything that life has caused you to ask for in vibrational essence, and that if you would reach for better and better feeling thoughts, you would find vibrational alignment with that, then you begin to understand that there really is nothing that you cannot be or do or have. You are powerful creators who have come forth to enjoy this experience. And then you say, but Abraham, I've been 40 years on this damn river. When's my stuff gonna show up? And we say, when you consistently get going with the stream. When you consistently get going with the stream, because everything you want is there for you. But when you keep turning around and saying, it's not there, why is it taking so long? I must be doing something wrong. I must be unworthy. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do it. I don't know where I'm going wrong. Look at that person. They're thriving and I'm not. I wish that I knew better what to do. My mother should have taught me better. I should have been born in a different time. Maybe I did something wrong in a past life. Maybe I wasn't born under the right star. I need to go to a different church. I need to join a different political party. I wish I could marry somebody who's rich. How come that person's got a Porsche? I bet his dad bought it for him. In other words, as you are beating the drum of all of those things that you do not want, as you're taking score of where you are and not feeling good while you're taking the score, you're not going with the flow. And you develop these fantastic muscles and ability to keep yourself pointed upstream. So you know what happens? That stream's taking you. That stream is taking you. And on this float trip are all of the opportunities and all of the circumstances and events that you want. But you know what you're doing? You got your back turned to where it all is. You're paddling so hard. Stream's taking you, but you're missing it all. You don't see the opportunities. You don't rendezvous with the person in the elevator. You aren't inspired to say the right thing at the right time. You leave late, and so you don't rendezvous with that person that you were going to meet at Starbucks if you had just left in the time that you meant to. In other words, there's all of these circumstances and events that are orchestrated for the culmination and the unfolding of the things that you want, and you're paddling upstream in complaint of why you're not getting to where you want to go, and you're missing your stuff. So the answer to where's my stuff is you've been floating by it. It's been there all along. You've just been floating by it. You just have not been tuned in, tapped in, turned on to it because you have been so enamored by the reality of what you're living that you've been letting what you're living control your vibrational attitude. So you've had an attitude of I don't have it or I can't find it. The other day, Esther couldn't find something. She really wanted it. I can't find it. I must have lost it, she said. And it really matters to me. It's my really beautiful pen, and I really, really want it. And it flows so nicely. It's my favorite one, and I can't find it. And I wonder if I left it in that restaurant when I signed that check. I wonder if I left it at the hotel where I was signing in. I've lost my pen. I've lost my pen. Jerry, I've lost my pen. I've lost my pen. I've lost my pen. I've lost my pen. I've lost my beautiful pen. I've lost my pen. Did you take my pen? Were you using my pen? Did you see what I did with my pen? I can't find my pen. I really, really want to find my pen. I need this pen. I really need this pen. No other pen flows like this pen flows. I've never had a pen that I liked as much as this pen, and I cannot find this pen. And Jerry said, let's go buy you another pen. So they were in a place where there were lots of stores, and they went into one store after another. We have no pens. We have no pens. No, we have no pens. We used to have pens. We think they might have pens. No, they don't have any pens. I can't find my pen. I can't find my pen. I can't replace my pen. I can't buy another pen. I need this pen. I can't find my pen. Oh, look at that. Did you see that beautiful flower? Did you see that baby? Did you see the look on that baby's face? Oh, here's my pen. In my purse. Right where it had been. But when something is lost, you are blind to it. When you are out of vibrational sync with the treasures of your life, they are blind to you. You cannot find them, not because they are not there, but because you're zigging while they're zagging, because you're focused upstream and they're focused downstream, because they are one frequency and you are another frequency. Sometimes, even after we have offered these powerful words, someone will say, well, Abraham, I'm doing pretty good on this and this and this, but I need you to help me get over here. And we say, you're missing the most important part of all of this. You've forgotten the inevitable success that the stream promises. And you must believe in the process. You must understand the stream. Because if you're taking score about where you are, then you might very well be pointed right upstream and hindering your progress. But if you are making peace with where you are in the attitude of, oh, I'm not where I'm ultimately wanting to be, but I'm all right where I am and the stream is carrying me. And so it's inevitable that I will get what I want because I am a worthy being. The stream tells me that. Now, everything turns around for you. In the moment that you let go of those oars and the stream turns you, in that very moment, as that relief is washing through you, you begin to move and physical things begin to become apparent immediately. In other words, we really are not asking you to just let go of the oars and let the stream turn you and then maintain an attitude of patient faith for a long period of time until you start getting evidence of your work. Because when you let go of those oars consistently, you don't have to be patient because the stream carries you quickly. In other words, you're going to begin to get evidence. In fact, it's a very common thing for people to say to us or to Jerry and Esther. All kinds of things began to change immediately once I get hold of the idea of letting go and releasing. People have been talking about this for a while. They've been talking about surrendering. They've been talking about letting go and letting God. And we're wanting you to understand how powerful those messages are. When you let go of the resistant thought, which is the only reason that you haven't been discovering the pen in your purse, even though it's that obvious. Do you know your fortune is as easy as that? It is as easy to create a castle as a button when you let yourself leverage the energy that creates worlds. But when you're banging around trying to make it all happen through action and you're not paying any attention to which direction you're going in the stream, you can't offer enough action. There's not enough action in the world to compensate for that bucking of the current that you're doing. You must turn and go with the flow. We just love it when somebody gets terminally ill. It's so delightful. Well, we're teachers, you see. And when someone gets terminally ill and they've been told there are no more options, We can't cut it out. We can't give you a pill. We don't have a process for it. We don't have any action thing we can give you. Then they have no choice but to do the only thing that really did anything anyway. Sometimes they give you a pill, and the pill causes you to believe, so you turn, and that's why you recover. Sometimes they say, here is a surgery, and you believe in the surgery, so you turn and go with the flow for a little while. But what we've noticed with your Western medicine, with all healing, is that if you're looking for cures, they're usually very temporary, and something else pops right up soon again. You must get to the vibrational cause. You must get to the vibrational discord before you have any lasting well-being. So now you understand the whole picture. You will never again feel negative emotion without knowing, first, I'm pointed upstream, and nothing that I want is upstream. You will never feel negative emotion again without knowing, hey, this is my guidance letting me know that I'm pointed upstream, and my work now is to see if I can find some way to find a little relief. You will never again be pointed upstream feeling negative emotion and not know that you are moving in opposition to what you really want, and that you're not going with the flow of what you really want, and that if you will just try to release the thought that has caused you to focus so much upstream, that things will begin to get better right away. You now have the complete understanding of everything that's ever happened to you, everything that ever will happen to you, and everything that's happening to everybody who's around you. In other words, there is nothing that is happening outside of this powerful law of attraction. There is nothing that is happening outside of this stream of life that you are going with or you're not. There is nothing that is outside of that. And now you have this picture of that. Now, under any and all conditions, you know what to do. So you say, all right, Abraham, you've convinced me. I'm willing to give this a try. So I will listen for that call of source. I will try to go with that flow in the direction of the call of source, because you have sort of kind of convinced me that my inner being is standing there as the culmination of all that I've become, and I want to become a vibrational match to that. So what does the call of source sound like anyway, you say? And we say, well, it depends on where you are in relationship to it. If you're up there in appreciation, the call of source feels like goosebumps and shivers and ecstasy and well-being. But if you are down there in despair, the call of source doesn't sound like all of those bright, fluffy things. The call of source may very well sound like revenge. And many of you would say, well, how can revenge be a step in the right direction? And we say, only you know. Is it relief? Only you know. If you feel relief, and we've never seen anyone who was in despair, which means they feel powerless, who got hold of an idea of revenge. We've never met one who didn't feel better, because in revenge, there's taking some of your power back, you see. Now, if you were frustrated, we would never ask you to reach for the feeling of revenge. That's going in the opposite direction. But from revenge, as you reach for rage, you feel better. And from rage, as you reach for anger, you feel better. And from anger, as you reach for frustration, you feel better. So as you reach for that feeling of feeling better, for that feeling of relief, now you always know which way to go. And when you know which way to go, and you turn more deliberately more often, and you develop habits of letting go of those oars more often, before you know it, you're in this attitude of knowing and expecting well-being to be yours. And it doesn't take long for it to go from hoping, which is where many of you may be right now, from hoping to believing to knowing, because once you get to the place that you are more often hopeful than not, you're flowing so steadily with the stream that manifestations are happening all over the place that are giving you belief. And once you are flowing and believing, hoping, believing, hoping, believing, believing, hoping, hoping, believing, hoping, believing, 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 before you know it, you are knowing. You just know. You know law of attraction. You know the stream. You know the power of your thoughts. And when you know that, you don't freak out when you catch yourself upstream. We want you to talk about the things that feel good. We want you to talk about the things that feel better. But if it doesn't feel good, drop the oars. Don't put it to words. Don't engage in conversation. Let go of the online chat group. In other words, let go of any forum that will give you an ear to your upstream comments. And watch how easy it is to drop the oars. And when you do, watch how quickly the current turns you. And when it does, watch how swiftly you move to the culmination of things you've been wanting. And as you do, feel the utter worthiness of your being.